Good morning, students, and welcome to your virtual farm tour of CoBar Dairy. We're here in Mount Upton, New York with Farmer Jed. Hi, Farmer Jed. And we're going to show you all the behind the scenes of the farm. But before we get started, there's a few things I want to go over. We hope that you've joined us via Zoom. We recommend joining via the Zoom desktop app. That means you have to have it downloaded on your machine to get our full immersive view. If you can't join that way, we recommend joining on YouTube where we're streaming live. In addition, you can join on Facebook Live too. Now, the second thing I want you to know is if you have a question, we want to answer it. So use the question and answer button in Zoom and type us over a question. If you're joining on YouTube, you can just enjoy everyone else's questions. And if you're joining us on Facebook, you can leave us a comment. Now, the third thing I'd love for you to do is make us full screen. Make sure that you're seeing the biggest and best parts of the farm on your screen. Okay, students, we're so excited to get started with Farmer Jed, but I have a very special announcement. We have some school winners from our New York Thursdays program. We want to congratulate Attica, Jamestown, Center Reach High School, and Wantagh High School on being one of the best participants during our New York Thursdays program. Congratulations and welcome to your tour. Okay, Jed, we have been teasing the students enough. It's time to get started. Tell us just a little bit about the farm before we jump in.
All right, so CoBar Dairy is located in Mount Upton, New York. It is a partnership with my parents and my brother. So there's 4 partners. We currently milk right around 900 cows, and we ship our milk to a co-op in the Northeast called Agrimark, and we make which that company makes cattle cheese and macadam cheese. You'll see on the screen that's basically the main layout of the main farm where we operate.
Awesome. Okay, Farmer Jed, let's make sure we recap for our students. So we have 900 cows here on this farm. Sounds like there's 4 family members that are owning the farm. And you guys ship your milk to make cheese. Students, I bet you love cheese and have seen Farmer Jed's cheese in the grocery store. Okay, let's dive in, Jed. I'm ready to see the cows. So let's head over to the cow barn. So students, we're going to fly over to the cow barn and see what the cows are up to this morning. Now, Jed, you said you had 900 cows. And of course, we're going to see some of those beautiful cows here. But some of the students were curious, what kind of cows do you have? Because they look like they're all different colors.
Yeah. So mainly we have Holsteins, which you see on the screen, are the black and white ones. We also have quite a few Jerseys, which are the little smaller frame brown ones that you see there. And every once in a while, you'll see a brown Swiss pop up in there.
Wow. Okay, cool. Now we're seeing the inside of the cow's home, which is a type of barn, Jed. Can you tell us a little bit about this barn?
So this is what they call a freestall barn. So the cows are able to roam around and eat whenever they want, drink whenever they want, and lay down in a stall or a bed whenever they want.
Oh, wow. So they do everything all day. That's pretty great. Now, these cows we're seeing on the screen, Jed, they have some pretty cool earrings going on. What are those for?
That's how we identify and keep track and maintain each animal's well-being and health. And you also see a little blue tag there that is feeding us back information on how well they're eating and how well they're getting around.
Oh my gosh. So those little tags keep all of their health information. Now, Jed, the students are asking, does each of the cows have a name?
There are some that do have names, but primarily they have numbers.
Okay, some have names, but everybody has a number. Got it. Now we're seeing, what are these necklaces that they're wearing?
Those are what carrying around like a pedometer or a Fitbit, we'll call it, for a cow that's feeding us back information on the rumination, so how well they're eating and how well they're mobilizing around the pen.
Okay, so it records like how many steps they take, how much food they're eating during the day, and maybe how well their digestion is working?
Yep.
Okay, got it. So that little color, and where does all that information go?
It's fed back to the computer in the office where all our managers and can keep track of it and check on anybody that may need some assistance or is flagged for
Okay,
attention.
got it. So each of these cows, Jed, how old are they?
So each one of these cows in this barn are going to be at least 2 years old, anywhere from 2 to 15 years old.
Oh my gosh. And is it about how long cows can live to 15 years?
Not generally, but every once in a while we do have some that live for quite a long time.
Wow, very cool. Now we're seeing those beds that Farmer Jed was telling us about. Now, what kind of beds are these?
These are actually water beds.
A water bed?
Yep, so
Like we like humans have water beds too, right?
yeah, so they're actually filled with water, and then we bed with shavings on top,
Oh, okay. Why the extra stuff on top?
just to help with cleanliness and comfort, so it's more comfortable for the cow to lay on.
Got got it. Now, does every cow have their own bed or do they share?
They can share. They don't have to stay in the same one. They can go to whatever one is available or whatever one they want,
And how do you want them to sleep every day?
as long as possible.
As long as possible. That sounds pretty nice. They look really comfortable on those beds. So if a cow spends most of her damn time laying down and sleeping, oh my gosh, students, look at that water move. Wow, that looks super comfortable, Jed. So if our students are, or if our cows are spending most of their time sleeping, eating, they must not spend very much time going to get milk then.
No, generally it takes anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour, and they're back in their pen.
Oh, wow, that's very quick. And of course, we're seeing some of the cows get a drink of water here. Do the cows need to drink a lot of water?
Yes, typically they drink quite a bit of water per day.
Oh, okay. And now we're seeing all the cows' food. So we talked about them laying down, we talked about them getting milked, and of course, now you're talking about them eating. So what are they eating?
So each cow has a specific ration depending on what group they are in. So they are eating a little bit of corn silage, haylage, which is grass that has been ensiloed, and some grains, so some corn and maybe some canola, and then a mineral pack that balances it all out.
Okay, so they have kind of three primary ingredients. They've got some forages. So you said some corn silage.
Yep.
They've got maybe like a protein or an energy source.
Yep.
And then we've got vitamins and minerals. Is that sort of like maybe some of our students take like a Flintstone or like a multivitamin?
Yep.
Okay. Now, Farmer Jed, do you do all of that to make their diets and to decide what they're going to eat, or do you work with someone to help you?
No, we work with a nutritionist that visits us on a weekly to bi-weekly basis, and keeps records and keeps track of, make sure everything is balanced for all the cows.
Oh my gosh. Well, Jed, one of the students had us a question. They said these cows look pretty big. And how did the water beds not pop when the cows stand on them?
They're engineered for that kind of weight. They're pretty thick rubber, so we've never had an issue with any of them popping.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, how much does a cow weigh then?
So the Jerseys are going to be close to 1,000 pounds.
Okay.
The Holsteins are going to be more like 14 to 1,500 pounds.
Whoa, so they are big animals. So if they're 1,000 to 1,400 pounds, how much food do they need to eat every day?
So these girls are going to eat anywhere from 50 to 60 pounds of dry matter. So as fed's going to be closer to 95.
Okay, so the total pounds of food she's going to eat in a day is 95 pounds. Students, that might be bigger than some of you. That's a lot of food that they need to eat every single day to stay healthy. Now, Farmer Jed, do you grow all this food for your cows, or do you buy it at a grocery store for cows? How does that work?
No, we make most of all the forages here on the farm, and then we buy in the protein source and some of the starch sources and the mineral pack.
Oh, so we're seeing you make up the recipe right now. Okay, got it, got it. Now, is it very specific amounts, or you can just kind of add it all in, mix it up?
Oh, nope, it's all recorded on a scale, and the feeder has a program that tells them precisely how much pounds of each ingredient they need to add.
Oh, gotcha. And now, why do you blend it all together? I mean, we put each food on our plate. It's not blended together. I mean, maybe besides a smoothie, but.
Yep, so we want each cow, every mouthful, to be exactly the same as the last mouthful they took. So we put it in this mixer here, and we blend it all together. So when we feed it to them, every mouthful is exactly the same.
Okay, got it. Now, some of the students were asking too, in the barn, are the cows ever too hot or too cold? What temperature do they like?
Uh, Cows typically like it anywhere around 60 degrees, somewhere close to that. So we do close the barn up in the wintertime for days like today. It's a little chilly. And in the summertime, we do have fans and sprinklers that keep them wet and keep the air moving and keep them cool.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're always trying to keep your cows at their comfortable temperature. And students, we're seeing even, we just saw some of the curtains on the side that Jed was talking about that can go up and down. Now, how many times a day do you feed your cows?
So these cows get fed once a day in the
Okay.
morning, and that they are fed enough feed that they will last them a full 24 hours.
Oh, got it. So they never run out. It's an all-day buffet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, all-day buffet for our cows. Well, students, it's time for you to take a quiz. So we're going to pop over to the quiz and answer some of your questions along the way. So, Farmer Jed, some of our students were asking Mrs. Van Vliet, kindergarten class, wants to know, how many stomachs do a cow have?
Cow actually has 4 stomachs.
Okay, 4 chambers in that stomach for our students there. Another question that came in was asking if cows have friends. Do they have other cows in the herd that are friends, or do they all like each other? How does that work?
Yeah, they make friends with each other, and they seem to get in trouble together and hang out together
Oh,
and eat together.
do some of the cows get in more trouble than others?
The brown ones, the Jerseys tend to find issues more often than the Holsteins, but typically they're
Okay, so they're maybe a little more mischievous.
yes.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, some of the other students were asking, how many calves will you have on the farm at any time?
So typically we have about 70 to 80 calves on milk
Okay,
here on the farm.
so that means really young calves that are still drinking milk. Okay, got it. Now, another question that one of the students and classrooms were asking is if you guys actually make any ice cream, or is it all just cheese?
We do not make any of those products here on the farm.
Got it.
Our milk goes to make just cheese and yogurt.
Okay, got it. So one of our other students, of course, was asking is, why do the cows need to eat so much food?
Because they make a lot of milk.
Because they make a lot of milk. So they need all that nutrients to help them make high quality, nutritious milk. Got it. Okay, one of the other students was asking if you have any other animals on the farm. Do they ever interact with other animals?
Here at CoBar, no, we just have dairy cows.
Just cows here. Okay. Students, we hope you got 100% on that quiz. And now, Jed, I think it's time our students are starting to ask more about the milking process. So let's head over to the parlor and see some of the cows get milked. Okay, Jed, the students were asking, how many times a day are the cows milked?
We milk them 3 times a day.
3 times every single day. Now, does that mean that they have to get milked all day or just for short amounts of time?
They're very short. So it may take them about 45 minutes to leave the pen and come back to the pen, and that's one milking.
Oh, okay. So students, could you imagine if you only had to, because this is like the cow's job, right? If you only had to go to school for a few hours a day, that would be wild. So these cows basically just have 45-minute segments that they come into the parlor spread out throughout their day. Now we're seeing the cows walk in, and Jed, these cows look really calm. They look like they know what they're doing. Do they enjoy this process?
Yeah. I mean, it's a relief for them when they want to let go of their milk and so they don't have to carry it around anymore.
Got it. And what are we seeing some of your employees do here?
So they're doing what we call prepping the cow. So they're sanitizing each teat with a dip.
Okay.
And then you'll see them stimulate the cow. They'll strip the cow off, and then they'll clean the cow. So you see here he's stimulating the cow, so she's gets ready to let down her milk.
Got it. Okay, so they just take a few squirts of milk from each one, and that gets her prepped and ready. Got it. Okay. Now, some of the other students were curious, how much milk does each cow make every day?
We're averaging anywhere around 85 pounds per cow per day.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I don't think most of our students know what a pound of milk is, right? So So maybe we can help them. How many gallons would that be, Farmer Jed? And there's 8.6 pounds of milk in a gallon. So students, maybe you can figure it out. So if we take our 85 to 86 pounds and we divide it by 8.6, I think we get 10 gallons per day. So every cow. Now, Jed, how many cows do you have again?
900.
900. Okay, students, we can do more math together. We can take our 900 pounds times our 10 gallons a day to give us, or excuse me, 900 cows times our 10 gallons a day to get how many gallons are made here every single day on the farm. Now, I'll leave you students to do the math, but we are seeing on the screen more action is happening. It looks like these cows are having this machine attached, Jed. Is that comfortable? What's happening here?
Yeah, it's comfortable. This is the machine that actually removes the milk from the udder and puts it into the line and then eventually into the tank where we cool it down and
okay. So some of our students were asking how that works. Is it just like a pump or is it like a vacuum? How does that work?
Yep, it's a vacuum. The vacuum that pulsates. So
okay.
So it sucks the milk right out of the teat.
Got it. But it's very gentle. I mean,
yeah.
These cows are standing very still and just relaxing. We can even see this cow. She's got her head kind of down, just relaxing there. So now, how long does this process take for the cow to actually be milked with the machine on?
It only takes 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes. That's it, students. And we can actually see that milk in that little clear claw, and it travels down the pipe. But now, where would it go after it travels down that pipe?
Yep. Then we're gonna cool it down and we're gonna put it into a big bulk tank where we can keep it cold until the truck comes to pick it up to take it to the processing plant.
Got it. And that's this computer screen. Is that recording information about each cow?
Yeah. So that's gonna give us the milk weights and the temperature and the conductivity of the milk.
Okay, so you're going to get all kinds of information about the quality of the milk, how safe it is, maybe how much protein and fats in it, that sort of thing. And that's all recorded per cow, students. So do you have all of the information from the cow's whole life? You keep it all.
Keep it all. We have it all.
Keep it all. How cool is that, students? Now, we obviously saw all that milk flowing down. And Jed, you mentioned a bulk tank. Oh my gosh. Well, first, look at these cows. Look at how calm and relaxed they are. Now, do some cows like to go to the parlor? Do they like to be first? Do some of them like to be first in line?
You'll see that the same cow has to be first every day.
Oh my gosh. So students, maybe how some of you like to be first in line. The cows like the same thing. And of course, Jed, you mentioned to us, we're cleaning them before we do any milking. And we just saw some washing of the parlor. Are you often cleaning the equipment too?
Oh yeah, we clean it. It's constantly cleaning and maintaining it so it's we can provide a quality product, clean product to the industry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so lots of cleaning going on, students. Lots of washing both cows and of course the parlor. And the next group is coming right in there. Now, Jed, how many people do you have work on the farm? Some of the students were curious. Maybe they want a job.
Yep. So currently we have about 10 employees that help us on pretty much daily.
Okay. So about 10 employees for 900 cows here. That's pretty cool. Okay, Jed, another question that the students had is how long does it take for the milk that these cows are giving now to maybe get to like their grocery store, for example?
So if they're going to make cheese, depending on how long it takes to make the cheese, so that could change. But you could see our product on the shelf within a week, I would think.
Wow, very cool, very cool. And for some of our students, if you see like fresh milk in the grocery store, I think that can get there as fast as 48 hours from farm to your grocery store. Oh my gosh. Now, Jed, we saw too, I believe some of these machines, when they were all done milking, they like came off on their own. How do they know when it's time?
So each unit has a milk flow meter. And when the milk flow reaches a certain point, drops to a certain point, it automatically shuts the machine off and removes it from the cow.
Oh, okay. Got it. Got it. Now, is this a special type of machine, Jed, that you just use on your farm, or is this similar across the farms? They use a similar machine.
This is pretty common on most areas.
Okay. And some of our other students were asking then how long you have been farming here. So how long has the farm been open?
At this facility, we built this facility in 2011. But my parents have been farming since 1976.
Got it. Okay. So students, now you know, quite a while here. but 2011 at this specific site in particular. Now, Farmer Jed, before your milk leaves the farm, is it tested before it leaves?
Yeah, every drop of milk is tested before it ever leaves the farm. And then again, when it reaches the milk processing plant, it's tested again to assure quality.
Got it. Okay, so students, so we just saw that automatic takeoff. So like Farmer Judd said, it sensed that the cow was not giving any more milk, that she was all done, and it just releases and comes right off. That's pretty cool. Why is it so important to not milk our cows too much?
You could do some damage to her teat ends.
Okay.
And then you could run into issues with milk quality.
Okay.
And cow health. So you want it to shut off at the appropriate time.
Right. So for her health and safety, we want it to come off automatically when it's time. Now, what is this last step we're doing? What are we adding?
We disinfect the teat again. So as the teat canal closes back up within 30 minutes or so, that stays clean until that's closed out. It's all closed up.
Got it. So it's kind of like we put hand sanitizer on maybe after we're done in somewhere where we've touched a lot of germs, but we want to make sure it's all sanitized, clean, and safe while our cows make it back to their comfortable beds that we saw, those water beds, students, don't forget. Now, Farmer Jed, another question that our students were asking about here is how many times or how many days does a cow milked out of the year? Is it every day? Is it 365? How does that work?
Yep. So we milk the cows 365 days a year, every day, Saturday, Sunday, doesn't matter. Christmas, Thanksgiving, we still milk the cow.
Got it. Got it. So while our students may go on holiday break in a couple weeks, the farm will not. No. Okay, students, it's time for you to take another quiz while we answer some more of your questions. One of the questions that our students was asking was, how many calves or young will a cow have in her lifetime?
She could have anywhere from 3 to 5 to 6, just depending on her health.
Okay. And another student was asking, do you keep all of the calves? How does that work?
So we keep all the girls.
Okay.
The girls that are either Holstein, Jersey, or Brown Swiss.
Okay, so you keep all of the girl calves. Now, what do we call a girl calf? So our students can learn some terminology.
We call that a heifer calf.
A heifer calf. Okay. But remember, students, Jed told us before that our cows in the big barn were all 2 years old at least. Now, why do they have to be 2 years old before they're an adult? And why is it that age?
So we classify them an adult when they have their first baby.
Okay. So once they've had a calf, then they're considered an adult cow. And then that's when the milking process starts. Correct. Okay. Now, one of our students were asking Jed, and I don't know if you know, why do cows moo?
Why do cows moo? Why do kids scream? I don't know. They feel like it, I guess. Got
it. So just kind of whenever they want to express something, that's the sound that they make. Now, another student was asking how tall your cows are.
How tall are our cows?
Yes, maybe at the shoulder, the tallest point.
I would say less than 5 feet, somewhere around 5 feet, so 60 inches.
Hey, all right. So at the shoulder, somewhere in that 5 feet range. Now, some of the students were asking about if it's harder to milk the cows in the cold weather versus the warm weather.
Yeah, so they're milked indoors, inside, which we do keep warm. We typically will change the post dip that you guys saw, the orange stuff they were putting on them, with more teat conditioners to help them in the cold weather. Got it.
Okay, so let's put it this way, students. The cows don't care what weather it is, but the people might care what weather it is. Okay, so students, I hope you got all the correct answers correct, and I see you all in the comments. You want to see the calves. Well, let's go then. Off to the calves we go to go see them. Now, remember, Farmer Jed told us in order for a cow to produce milk, she has a calf. And we said that a cow can have anywhere from 3 to 10 calves in her lifetime. How often does she have a calf, though, Farmer Jed?
Typically, we'll say once a year, so every 13 to 14 months.
Okay, so she has about 1 calf a year. Now, we're seeing this nice, shiny calf barn here, and look at these little calves. Now, Jed, how big is a calf when it's born?
So the Jerseys are going to weigh around 50 pounds.
Oh.
And the
Okay.
Holsteins are probably going to weigh closer to 90 pounds.
90 pound students, and that's day one. That's not like a few weeks later. Okay, got it. Now we see, Farmer Judd, that these calves already have their ear tags in. So when do they get those?
So it's hard to tell, but they get a little white button. Like
Oh
this
yeah,
calf, see the
see
little
it,
white button
yeah.
right here? They will get that on day one to identify them and match them up with their mothers. So they're
Okay.
Dans.
So they get that one on day one, and the yellow ones maybe a little bit later.
Yep, as they get a little.
Does that hurt, or is it more like an ear piercing?
It's just like an ear piercing.
Just like an ear piercing. So even though they look big, the calves are so much bigger that it's like the same. Got it. Now I think we're seeing where the calves lay, and this looks kind of similar to the cows bedding, but a little different.
Yep, so they get bedded with shavings also
Okay. And why do they need bedding?
to keep them dry and clean.
Got it. Dry and clean. Oh my gosh, we're almost important. And forgetting the most important thing is, what do these cows eat every day? It looks like we got some fresh water there, and then maybe some grain.
Yep, so they all have grain and water in front of them all the time. Free choice whenever they feel like drinking or whenever they feel like eating. And our employees are constantly refilling them and changing them out, cleaning them.
Got it. So, but in that first 60 days after they're born, what are they primarily eating?
They're primarily going to drink milk.
Drinking milk. Okay, got it. Now, is that milk that you milk our adult cows and bring over to them, or do you use like a formula or replacer?
Nope. We take the cow's milk here and we pasteurize it, and then we bottle it, cool it down, and then we pasteurize it, cool down, and then feed it to our babies.
Got it. Okay. So not all that different than the milk maybe we see in the grocery store. That milk for us is pasteurized too. So we do the same thing for our calves. Okay, got it. Now, how much milk are they going to drink every day?
So these babies are getting fed 4 quarts 3 times a day.
Okay, 4 quart, students. So you should know what a quart looks like. 4 of those 3 times a day. Now, that is a lot of food. Oh, we're seeing it now. Okay, Farmer Jed, how much will they grow each day if they're getting 4 quarts of milk every day?
So we're aiming to have them gain about 2 pounds a day.
2 pounds every day, students. Can you imagine? They are growing so quickly. And now, Jed, that's a safe amount though, right? That's healthy.
Yep.
Okay, it's just very different than how much we grow every day. That's for sure. Now, some of the students were asking why the cows aren't with their mom cow, for example. Like why are they in groups together with other calves?
So we want to get them away from their mom to keep them away from any diseases that may harm them.
Okay.
For health reasons, for management purposes, we separate them into like groups so that they can grow together. And
okay, so for their safety, right? Because students, if you remember, how much did our cows weigh? I think it was between 1,000 and 1,400 pounds. That is so much bigger than a 50-pound or 90-pound little calf. So safety, Farmer Judd said, and for their health. When they're in those groups with other calves, can you monitor them better, maybe? And then we know exactly how much they're drinking, right? Yep. Okay, got it. Now, as I understand it, Judd, there's a very important milk they have to get right after they're born. Can you tell our students about that?
That is called colostrum, right? That is the mom's first milk. So as soon as she has a baby, we milk her within a few hours. We collect that milk and then we feed it directly to the baby.
Okay. And why is that so important?
Because that's what starts her immune system.
Okay, so not like people. So people are born with a little bit of immune system already built in from their mom. But calves need that first milk to jumpstart everything.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, Judd, some of our students and teachers are asking, this looks like a lot of dishes to wash every day. Is this a lot of dishes?
It is.
Okay, lots of dishes. But this is what the calves are going to get fed every single day, students. Now, some of the other questions that they were asking are, is every calf's spots unique, or can some look the same?
Everyone is unique. Just like your fingerprint. Everyone is unique.
Got it. Got it. That makes lots of sense here. So just like a fingerprint, students, totally unique to each calf. Now, one of our students was asking a very interesting question was, does what the cows or calves eat affect how their milk tastes?
It can.
Okay.
So Not generally, but if you're feeding a specific diet, try to change the taste of the milk, you could alter a little, but for the most part, it's the cows here are fed the same diet every day, 365 days a year, so the flavor doesn't really change.
Got it. And Farmer Judd, if I understand it, so in the milk, there's basically some protein, some fat, and some carbohydrates or some sugars.
Yep.
So if we change the cows what they eat, maybe the balances of those may change, but we can't like feed our cows peppermint and then get peppermint milk, right? It doesn't work. Okay, it doesn't work like that.
People want
Sorry.
chocolate to get chocolate.
Yes, no, it doesn't work like that, unfortunately, but that makes sense. Okay. Now, these calves seem very happy for this time of day with their tiny tails wagging. The students are asking, why are their tails wagging?
That's what they do. They're happy when they're happy drinking.
Oh,
they wag their tails.
Got it. So just a sign of content. I'm excited, that sort of thing. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, some of our other students were asking us, when do you make the switch from milk to maybe the grain we talked about, and then even to, because that's the grain isn't even what the big cows eat. So when does all that happen?
Yeah, so these calves will be on milk anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks. They will slowly be weaned off the milk and fed more and more grain.
Okay.
And also in that time frame, we'll start introducing hay. So you'll see some dry hay up at the top there.
Oh, okay.
And then once they get growing well on grain, we will slowly integrate some silage.
Okay, so that's the forages and the total mixed ration we saw earlier. Okay, students, you've seen behind the scenes at the calf farm. It is time for your last quiz. Well, I asked Farmer Judd some of your last questions that you've got here. Now, another question that some of our students were asking was, if we don't feed our cows chocolate to make chocolate milk, how do we make chocolate milk?
Chocolate milk is made afterwards, right? After the milk is already made. We obviously add cocoa and certain flavors to make it taste better.
Okay. Now, some of the students were asking too, why do we choose to feed them, or why do you choose to feed them with a bottle? The calves, that is.
Yeah, so we feel like it's better and easier to monitor. And we are also set up here on the farm with a bottle washer.
Okay.
So it's easier for our labor, our employees to just feed with bottles. We can monitor them better.
Yeah.
We feel it's more natural for a calf.
Okay.
And they seem to grow really well. Got
it. Now, some of our students were asking, why are the calves' noses like kind of moist or kind of wet?
It's a good question.
It's a good question. I would imagine it's a lot like our dogs, right?
Yeah, it's just like that. Most animals. Yeah.
The sign of health, right? Okay. Another question that some of our students were asking was Mrs. Maggiolino's second grade class was asking, how do you keep your cows safe on the farm? Because we're kind of near the mountains here in Mount Upton. And how do you keep them all safe, wrangled in one spot?
Yep. So they're all contained in pens. We're where we can keep track of them where they are.
Yeah.
There's people around 24/7. We also have cameras on 360 degrees of the whole farm, so we can keep track of them. But for the most part, they are contained in pens where they won't get hurt or not endangered.
Oh, okay. So a big part of what you do is keeping them safe. Okay. One more question, because it is wintertime here in New York, are there any heaters in the barn for the cold weather?
No, out in the barn where the cows stay, the cows are the heaters. Their body temperature is a little bit warmer than ours. So typically around 102, and when they ruminate, they produce heat. In the milking area, in the parlor, we do provide heat for the employees to keep them comfortable.
Okay.
Other than that, the heat source is the cows.
So students, all those cows in the barn actually producing their higher body heat, and when a barn is relatively full, but the cows are comfortable, that helps heat the whole thing by keeping it closed. That's pretty cool. Okay, students, we so appreciate you joining us for our tour today. And again, we congratulate our classrooms from our New York Thursday program that did an excellent job of interacting with all of our content. So we hope that you have a wonderful rest of your holiday vacation once you get there. But before we leave Farmer Jed, I think we have a couple more questions for him. The number one question that came from our students, Farmer Jed, is do you have a favorite cow on the farm?
Yes, I do.
Well, tell us who it is.
It is our very first brown Swiss calf. She is now a cow. She's 11 years old. Her nickname is Lettuce.
Okay.
And we love her to death. And she's very special to all of us.
Got it. Okay. And then the last thing I want you to leave our students with is your favorite dairy product to enjoy during the day.
I'm a big fan of chocolate milk. And
Oh,
I'm a fan of Greek yogurt.
okay. Greek yogurt and chocolate milk, students. So if you can find some of that here in the next few days or even during your holiday break, be sure to enjoy some just like Farmer Jed does here. If you'd like to join any of our tours in the future, be sure to sign up to get here on the email listserv or access any of our free dairy lesson plans. But for those of you, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your holiday break as you head into that. And we will catch you next time next year on our live virtual tours. Thanks so much, students.